And I see Electoral Commission of Ghana say, Omo Babe printed a ballot papers. Remember, last 2 weeks or so, and IPAC, NDC, for a raising issue about the inconsistencies in EC Juma Omoye. The way they are hiding very important or vital information. How the EC moving people around. I'm talking about voters around to suit a political party like the NPP. The NDC came to IPAC with all their facts. And at the end of the meeting, everybody got to know, say, EC accepted, say, what the NDC was saying was right. And that they are working towards resolving it. Meaning, still there are discrepancies. Still, there are things in the register that has not been solved. Today, in the next 58 days or whatever, you any problem. Enti, you were expecting, say, from the EC's own mouth, say, this corrections they are doing in the register. They will first do what? Release the register online. The NDC later told them, say, if they can release it offline, too, it will be good. Yet, the voter register now, I also release me with some corrections, no, because the voter register, no, and I say, sa voter register na yede kotoaba no. Your friend be exhibition. You can say exhibition a kyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ nyinaa yɛhwɛ a obia ɔyɛ eligible voter bia hu sɛ ne di wo man na sɛ ne di nim, because the constitution is say we are not supposed to disenfranchise even a single person who is sane and has the right to vote or to elect their leader. The reason for the exhibition of the register, whether online or offline, no, ni nyina say Ghana Nibia or every corner of Ghana no will be able to know or will be assured to say at least Bidiwum, because I don't want to go to the polling station on voting day and they will tell me say Bidinim. Now that job that the EC is supposed to do, or some komu ye na omudi register na bre maye nyina ya hwe ansana, because that provision register no and no any ebegyina so ehu nipa dodo a omo ye eligible to vote. Don't get us wrong. Before we can vote in 2024 elections, we know. I also is release what we call provisional register. Now, so release provisional register now. Now ye nyina ye kohwe na ye di woma. Then the is after that sa register becomes the register for the election. Now, what is going to happen and say, sa provisional register, it will now be turned into the election register. And no na yebe use. Say yes, sa inspection no. Say sa register no and go through that process. And me who say ya refining register no. Emma every single Ghanaian who is eligible to vote. And say the diwoma that register is still not fit for purpose. So technically, until the register. The provisional register is cleared by we Ghanaians. And how do we clear it? After we have exhibited the register for us all to check, say, before we can get what we call the final register. Sa final register, no, and the Abedjina Swaka say, okay, Obia di wom, na yesiano, I will say a printed ballot, Obia kwa, Obinya krata, ediato, because technically, every Ghanaian is supposed to be given one voter editing. Paper, and I say voter vote a sheet. My friend saying a voter paper, right? Obia, I will say Obia enya one, and that is the rule. Say Obi dear say ya your backup. I will say police station be in case say Obia mistake. You bet me asesa na ya man dear ya man another one. I man asa akwakoto. Now, yeah, sorry now. This is what we heard. The Electoral Commission say, "Omo eba beko ahead na omo akoede ako print a ballot paper." Thank you very much. That's the word I was looking for. Ballot paper. Every Ghanaian is entitled to one ballot paper. Every legitimate or every voter, every legal voter bia abayaja to so to abano. You are entitled to one ballot paper. Now, say one ballot paper no. Say be a mistake krana. What is going to happen is say every polling station no you will kakra ye jato so. Say na be a mistake. You be na ballot paper. Emana sa akwakoto. Inti officially no every voter, every legitimate voter, every obia also to aban, you are entitled to one ballot paper. Yes, sorry, yeah. Ballot paper. Yes, sorry, yeah. And CEC for say, yeah, verification. Yeah, verification. That means you need to do betwaba. See, you need to do betwaba. That means we cannot print ballot paper. Abra you need to do betwaba. It's simple. Enti EC and Johnson has said in the NDC, the chairman of the NDC say the EC must halt printing of ballot papers and undertake the commitment they made to clean the voter register at our last IPAC meeting. NDC for chairman, including their election director, Omane Boama doctor, almost say the EC also mujina. They are not supposed to print any ballot paper because as we speak now, we don't even know the number of people who are going to vote in 2024. There's no final register giving us an exact number of people who will be voting in 2024. So nobody can speculate. We are not speculating here. The EC cannot sit at the Electoral Commission and speculate the number of people who will be voting because this is a numbers game. Every single number counts. So we need to know. Nipadodo amukotwaba na yehu de abaka yebetwa to so send ye beya yekotoa bibia be finchim. In the end, this say, you know something? The EC immediately almost stop it the printing of the ballot because the probability of the EC printing more than we need is high. And the probability of the EC printing less than we need to is high. It is important for us to have that number after the verification before the EC can go ahead and print. Mokai said in 2020, John Dramani Mahama raised the issue B. EC invites police to investigate Mahama's claim of 1 million thumbs printed ballot. Okay. 2021. In fact, 2020. Let me bring it back. Electoral Commission debunks allegation of printing extra ballot papers. Before election 2020, November. And John Dramani Mahama catches the EC say, EC, you are overprinting papers. And that when you overprint papers, technically, you are going to make sure, say, election are saying. And to make sure you don't, the NDC made this statement because there were videos in the system of printed and stamped voter ballot papers. Not a what system, majority was Ashanti region. There were videos we all saw. EC bags the ballot papers gum caught dampe was some places the Ashanti region. Thousands of ballot papers. In the John Mahama raised the issue before elections say Electoral Commission, you are printing too many ballot papers and that you have to be sure say they are more printing and then they are to aba. Jane Mensa and the bossman Asare Eba Bonte catch the police CID say John Mahama asema wakano omunya den sorry. Bossman Asare any Jane Mensa catch Ghana for say John Mahama should be invited by the police for saying said the EC has printed too many ballot papers and that the amount you're supposed to print, not printing more than that. That is what this EC said. Yabesi Abuso investigations in Ekusi saying because John Mahama said over 1 million ballots was printed in 2020. The police said they were going to open investigations into it. I want to ask Dan Pare and the Ghana Police Service, the CID department, what actually happened to the 1 million ballot that John Mahama said EC printed here? Did they conduct the investigations? What was the outcome? Was the investigations conducted? Because John Mahama raised the issue, EC can say police in the investigations. We want to know that investigations, how did it end? Did they get to the bottom of the investigations and what did they find? Now, now let's do some serious conversation pieces here. Let's have some serious conversation. You see, Siakase, Adia EC and a dangerous. I'm breaking it down simple, man. Okay? EC Adia Mobeno, a dangerous. And a dangerous because that is the same strategy. Omni NPP year 2020. At the end of the day, they padded a lot of places in Ghana for the NPP. And into the court, the court was defending Jane Mensani EC say Fine, they have padded, but the padding did not make a difference. What you say? And in 2020 election court, the EC admitted so a party, but in the minds of majority of Ghanaians, they made it look like oh, the party 100 waha, your party 20 waha, in the end to mean change the difference in the elections. I make sure the reality here and what the EC is doing, how dangerous and how they have planned what they are doing. One, every Ghanaian should demand for the exhibition, the register. Every Ghanaian should demand, say, we should exhibit the register. We have to do the exhibition. Now, what is going to happen? And they say voter register, no. Say, allow my EC now. This is how they are going to rig the elections for the NPP. And this is how they did it in 2020. Now, imagine, say, Ghana Hanyinano. I think say over 40,000 polling stations, right? Maybe a Tuaba. I'm going to use the Ashanti region as the typical example because a ho and a 1 million ballot no printing and a ho no the koye. Pardon a ho pan a course. Now this is what I'm going to do. Young fan say, Mr. S, help me, Mr. P, help me with this maths. There were 40,000 polling stations in Ghana, right? Young fan say electoral commission. I'm making sure say in Ashanti region, ABI you 15,000. And now, Mr. S, get me. I want real numbers. I want how many polling stations do we have in the Ashanti region? Team. Somebody say, why is the NDC being so quiet? What should the NDC do? Should they kill? You are Ghanaian. You are the people who are supposed to put pressure on the EC. It is not the NDC. How many people are in the NDC? Dr. Manibu Ama in Pabakupe, Oko IPAC, all the things he raised, Yenyakwasiati Sao Palua, the whole Ghana Yatuaba Onya Nipa 300 Tumano, he was objecting to what the NDC was saying. So what has the NDC done? What have they done? They are doing what they can do. It is us. We are timid. We are foolish. We think that the NDC can fight this alone. We all have to fight this in our own small way. NDC tomorrow, echo demonstration, you will not go. NDC tomorrow goes out, say everybody should come for us to have 300,000 people for EC to understand. You will not go. We will stay at home. TV say, what is the NDC doing? Is the NDC at the end of the day, do they manufacture weapons? They don't. It's a political party, a democratic party. What they are doing is that they are bringing the issues to you. We are the citizens who will be going to vote. So why are you sitting at home saying, what is the NDC doing? Why is the NDC quiet? If today the NDC calls for a demonstration, are you going to go? You will not go. Because Rebecca said, NDC for. But you know what is happening. It's going to affect all of us. Now, Mr. S, do you have number for me? Thank you, Mr. P. I want the number of police stations in the Ashanti region because I want to do something. I want to show the real thing. Not Ghana for who the EC rigging. They are rigging the elections for the NPP, and this is how they want to start the rigging. I need. Where did it go? Where did the story go? Yes, in Timunyinamokai 2020. This is what happened. Ashanti region. Ballot paper booklet with thumbprints of Ekufuado's picture, halt voting at KNUST Security Service 3 police station. There were videos, we all saw it in 2020. Now, the ballot papers are didn't kind atom print up stamp PhD Eko Ashanti region. Neguo KNUST campus baby ano motoaba and na eguo on standby. And then adia EC by printing the ballot paper before the exhibition for us to know the number of people the EC is trying to rig the elections even before we go to vote. Because say 2024 we say nipa 80 million we need to understand say the EC can print 40 million. The EC can print 19 million. The EC can print 40 million. Any number the EC print, they know how it's going to favor the NPP. You know how? I'm going to show you how it's going to favor the NPP. Now, let's take the Ashanti region, a typical NPP stronghold. My team said, Memphis video in the Ashanti region before we do the breakdown of the EC, the padding they are doing and how it is deliberate. Now, you say Ashanti region were close to 6,000 polling stations. Good, thank you. Now, watch this video. You see this video? This is 2020 elections, Ashanti region.
Wow. our ballot papers here. I'm for a plenty. I be to go as a omatin timunanado. What papers in Nanado. Nanado no motin tintin. Yankopon more quainty. Omaiti me and Quampan Koguma in Ria. Why papers winning a tinti mamma Nanado. A book Bakumuya. Nina yatintimunanado. Nina buku bakwe. Sibi almost yatintim. Nina yatintimama nanado. Mwahwe. Nina eguemu no mababi chuogu. Electoral Commission stamp nina wechiri. Nina motuo mondiaba. Nakopa mama kwa. Nina yatintim amananado. Wahwe. Yomuye ntiye. Ama faso de ewie NDCC. Wah, Nina, Rebuku Bibi, Ankopon, and Achemo. Ankopon, Achemo, the Guguanum Bibi, Shahanina, Nina, Yabia, Nina, Yatintim, and another dear. Nina, Yatintim, Nina, Buku Bakumia, SBST. Nina yatinti mama nanado ko mo de kwa kogum eni nyina Nyankopon achiwo mo o man timi afa ngum nyina hwe adwuma o maye de gum nkrampo ma o mo de gum nyina amponya maye o mo de gum nyina hwe nyina yatinti nyina o matinti mama nanado wa hwe nyina o matinti nyina yatinti Nina, we're actually well. Electoral Commission stamp in our actually. I think Nina and our honor. No more. Tia, upon actual mono. No muye. Nina Guenina Matinti Mama Nanado. Nina. In a gungure muhano. Nina, she has some for Diamtino. There was a who say MP in the movie. Lawyer also say when the movie pa one workers at the end of the media goom. And out of the end, they went to me a fangum. Nina, yatintim a buku bako. Itintim, anado.
So this is the reality. This is 2020. The year no. Time Mahama Kasa omo air printed ballot over 1 million. Omo we almost side on Kugu NPP stronghold teaching in Ashanti region. And internet copy court no. The issue of pardon by no, they treated it like it was nothing. Hey, the pardon no and the change elections no. And NPP strategy now in 2024, and they said they want to pardon. You can't say pardon. Now, there were about 5,000 polling stations were Ashanti region. I mean, you do Ashanti region in Chiro, the NPP person here. Anything that you mention, you name ni padodo or more registered, but we didn't kind of print ballot papers. Here, there were 5,000 polling stations in the Ashanti region. That is the number technically. Now, the 5,000 polling stations, you know, munim say. Embra or say polling station be anywhere I was nipa over 700 to aba meaning every polling station is restricted to at least at most 700 votes. Into polling station 5,000 in Ashanti region no. Every polling station be a kwada so a school Bantama first aid obia and it's more than nipa 700 to aba at a particular place. Now this is where they do their trick. What is going to happen and they say I'm be pardon now. Yantinas Yanka 5,000 polling station in the Ashanti region. Oh, inti. Yanfan say every polling station in Ashanti region biano. Jemen samo printed paper we no more printed extra. Bear 2 million votes. Ballot papers egua. They will say okay. Every polling station in Ashanti region biano. Yeri 200 printed ballot. Ya stamp it illegal bekoho. Now some kohwa they are not just going to dump it in time omo biese obi atoaba. What they will do then say so I'm offer 200 ballots to every polling station in the Ashanti region. Because every polling station be also the past 700 to abana, we need to understand the say the probability of each polling station not getting 704 people voting, it is high. The probability says some polling stations will get only 200 people voting, so it is high. So if they decide to put 200 on standby, now me imagine say at the end by 5:30, every polling station at Washington region, 5,000 polling stations, they will check where numbers, 200 gap at them, and I can just say that there's the possibility, there's 99% possibility, say 99% of the polling stations of Washington region, and there will be about 700, it be better 300 votes per, it be better 400, it be better just 500, it be better 150. Now, what if they decide to say, and that is what they did in 2020, they add 200 to every polling station. Into your NDC, because 200 votes per the core air quabre polling station A. So 200 multiply by 5,000. That means almost the 300,000 votes in the goom. And I am even making this simple for you. The reason why Jemensa ballot no printed the danger no and and that is how they won the 2020 elections. In Tobagas, now some party 200 and yet be back up party 200 because there are some places here decided say nipa 50 per better, but that means say nipa 650 no they will part 650 but when we are counting you cannot say nipa 650 the tuaba because obeka say court. So the strategy now is that they are going to do a lot of pardon, especially in the Ashanti region. See this calculation. Say 5,000 polling stations was Ashanti region. No, I'm got 5,000 polling stations. Nina, on my calculation, musa uko sebio inkurasipana 700 a polling station. Ye debi 150 and not 200. Into monfa 500 and koho. Sa polling stations way. So 5,000, emu 4,500. Ana omu nyina no you say normally no omu to mean to abandon to the peak for 700 at the polling station. Into monfa den sa numbers way 200 enko si one train. Into at the end of the day no obejin so yama bantima 200 pe. O calculate all these polling stations 200 100,000 votes. Now mama had been show. Say omu decided say omu be spreading nationwide. Right now you Yakase almost 200. Yankase 200. And there were 275 constituencies in Ghana. It's almost 200 votes. If they succeed in stuffing each box in the 40,000 constituencies, remember, Ghana constituency na 40,000. Polling stations 40,000 polling stations. 40,000. It's almost decided, so, okay, 16 regions, polling station there 40,000. They are going to make sure that 275 constituencies, almost 200 per cohort. TA. If they decide to say, okay, this is what we are going to do. Every polling station, you better 200 200 per. Now, all your calculation now, 40,000 polling stations, so only 200 each one. We are talking about 400,000 votes. Free. And remember, every vote to be on a ballot to be on a box to be on it destroys NDC numbers. NDC numbers so. Into what you but you are not moving forward. And so I wini because so or the 200 votes ballot padded eguma. So 200 it goes to the expense of the NDC. I bet NDC numbers to 200. Don't just think say NDC numbers will be coming. No, every illegal padded vote to be a box. It goes against the NDC. It is or 200 by 40,000 now. Polling stations now or 200. Into because say Eastern region. You say I could hear only 200 calls and you share when they. Also I say 200 they say calculated 200 by 40,000. We are talking something around 400,000 votes. 2020 elections, NDC, NPP didn't win here. A little over 500,000. That is how they won the elections. The real numbers, they lost it. And this is the same strategy. And the way they can do this is they say, I was some printed papers answer. And then as we sit here, we don't have the final register, but we have a number we are printing. What number? And so air printed ballot papers. They should give us a number. Because you need to have a number that is voting before you can print the ballot papers. As we speak, there's no final register to tell us NIPA 2, 3, 4, 5, and legitimate to vote. And a extra 200 a print here for each polling station. So number being anything omusha won edia print a ballot paper. It means to say they already have a number in their head they want to give you on election day. The NPP in the East, they are working around a particular figure. The NPP in the East, they are working around a particular figure. We are talking over, so the 200 count, we are talking about something around 800,000 votes. And the moment they are able to do that, you are done. And it's like James and the Bossman, they want to print the ballot paper now. They want to make sure say because what they want to do now is say so ballot number MPP they cannot do it. And even though we don't have a final register, they insist they want to print. The question to the EC is, which number are you looking at to print? Because before we go into the printing, say a print here, we need to know, say, in fact, these are the number of people in the register. You need number, then you're printing. Because you're exhibiting register now. Some people might drop off or some people will be added to it. So how can you come to a conclusion, say, you want to start printing? Abra uni final number. How do you print when you don't have a final number? Unless you are speculating, unless you have an agenda, say, oh, person will print some number of ballot papers, or this some particular chunk, and that is what they did in 2020. And that is what they want to do now. We all need to stand up. The EC should not print any ballot paper until a final register at the end of the day is confirmed. And then the political parties monitor the printing of the papers. Until this is done, no election. Election amokoyeno. Sorry, the 200, I used only 10. The example I gave, because it's 200, my team said it was just 10 by 40,000, and about 400,000. Yanyan as low as 10 ballot papers, ballot papers. Into Yanfan say the first one I said, the numbers were wrong. 40,000 polling stations in Ghana, So is succeeding or the 10 ballots, 10 to every polling station. So Emma MPP, they are close to 400,000. Free. That means 400,000, it will go against the NDC. That means automatically, no matter what the NDC does, they can't win the elections. I'm saying 10 people. 40,000 polling stations in Ghana. So easy succeeding. Not every polling station or the 10 remove free NPP. NPP automatically almost 400,000 lead. That means the 400,000 alone, it has cancelled 90% of voter region numbers. That's it. This is not a joke. And internet, you call a court, Ghana for court. Na yeka election pardon. Na Supreme Court, including Madam Tokonu's Etwa, they saw it as a joke. And they said, oh, it's just pardon. No. Pardon wins elections. You pardon, you win. That's how it works. In the time NDC4, raise the issue, they say, some police stations were pardoned. The Supreme Court was saying, it's no big deal. I said, what was going on there? Because you had a 10 vote to pay. So we try 10 to pay Emma police station, Ghana, 40,000 police stations, 400,000. 400,000 free vote. And those 400,000, it goes to cancel out 400,000 votes of the NDC. Into the James say, dangerous, strategic. They know what they want to do. They want to do this quickly because that is the only way. It is all calculated here. The NPP, they are sitting there and anytime they become Ghana for so we will use strategy to win. This is what they are talking about. Oh, we will win with a strategy. Oh, NDC, they are making noise. We will win with a strategy. People will vote, but we will win. This is what they are going to do. A pardon. The example I gave is just 10 vote. I also tell you, Ashanti region, they pardon more than 200 every police station. Me say vigilance. Me say they make catch we are 400,000 votes. So I must spread it 400,000 10. Emma constituency chairman bia no the map polling agent bia omo polling station na omo 10 na show mo na ye to abani we no mutumi di raw box ni 400,000 we 10 pay. And these people they pad more than 10 in every polling station. Unim how dangerous this is. There's nothing like small pardon in elections. No. And that is how Akufo-Addo, after killing people in Ghana, no, he won the elections. Because it was the pardon that favored them. Because the pardon is that, say, Nipa 700 also Mutuaba, now a pardon the 10, Nipa 400, but you know the 10 to Swa. How are you going to know, say, Nipa wapade? You don't know, because obviously, you say 700 beto and a Nipa 310 eto ye. You are not going to contest that because it is not even close to adding the peak. Because the peak has to be 700. The only way you can contest it is say Nipa 800 at a police station. Because Imran say I will say Nipa less than 700 too. It is or the Nipa 10 every police station. Now we are agent to why. Obagin say it's a joke. It is not. Because what is going to happen? And they say Nipa 400 to not the 10 count 410 NPP for 10 of the room. What is going to happen is say 10 no every police station. So to be succeeded the 10 room at 400,000. So to be succeeded at the 20 room at 800,000. This is not a joke. And we sat in Ghana, a whole Supreme Court that is supposed to question illegality said pardon is normal. And then the winning election 2020, no? What Jane Mensah is doing is not a joke. We should not see it as a joke. It is never a joke. Some more opportunity to me the 20 at 2 polling station, because what they can do is say they can decide to make sure say every polling station in the Ashanti region, the 100, it can represent all the other regions. Do you know that? Because on the 100, share 1 police station more, 10 police stations against maybe Northern Region police stations. So I'm to me for 100 and share police station back more Northern Region. Obey to me 100 share 1 polling police station. That means I cover 10 police stations in the Northern Region. So now to me the 100 share 1 police station more. It has covered another 10 police stations in the Northern Region. So it is not only looking at Ashanti Regional, it is the amount of pardon they do. It is the amount of pardon. Into Betumaka say Ashanti Region kwano be pardon. Into what it's going to do is say every police station biano or the 100 bishim. Why not smart not the 100 share police station biamwa? They know for a fact police station bianu nipa 700 per tuaba into the 100 shema. Every 100 be or beshim or bantamano affect 100 police stations, 10 police stations in the northern because 10 why no. So yeah, the same thing our Ashanti region. No quite the same thing our eastern region. We win elections no. Because now see a kaya bano we win because the numbers are showing. NDC agents no because or the 10 penny goom guy mommy and king kind of numbers will be 10 the bed then no. So be the 10 people will win elections. And that is why they have told Jane Mensah to print the elections about final registering here ready. It's up to you. We have to stop her. We need to speak up. This is dangerous. It is not a joke. Into I said in Ketia, I said this is illegal. Nobody should allow Jane Mensah to print anything without a final register. After this short break, I'll pick calls and end today's show. You're still watching with all due respect, extended version. Kick him.